That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's back here on KVSC. It's time for Sidelines. It's 12:30 on Friday, so that means that the spoilers are going to take over here for the next 30 minutes here. I'm excited because not only is it a big weekend ahead of us, but, gentlemen, it is Trivia Weekend! Only available here in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Whoop,
It's
whoop.
codenamed Trivia this weekend, and it is going to be a blast. We're going to kill some time here for the next half hour talking about some sports before we get into the meat and potatoes of the weekend. That is Trivia Weekend. On the panel with me today here, I have Colin Rutzkowski over to my left. Colin, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm excited to talk some sports. It's been a little bit since I've been on, but
It has.
I'm excited. Olympics has started. Hockey's going.
You got your USA jersey on?
Big win today against Slovenia. It was a great goal in the third period to give them the
Slovakia.
win. Held them on. I'm excited for curling, though. That's what I'm most excited for.
It was Slovakia. They lost to Slovenia.
They shouldn't have.
No, they shouldn't have.
Don't ask me.
Countries. Then I have Nick Speliopoulos in the studio, and I just realized I forgot to put my jersey on, but that's okay. Nick, how are you? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Usually busy with hockey. They're
Yeah.
away in Western Michigan. Good luck to all my boys out there. I'm glad to be here.
There we go. We're glad to have you. And then, right over, who's struggling with his microphone.
Sorry, I
right
got
now.
it. I got it now. I got
There
it.
That's
we
why
go.
you don't play with these things,
Jake,
man.
the
Well,
sauce
it was-
man, Sir Sosimo in the building. How
Yeah.
are you?
Great. It's
Reppin'-
It's trivia weekend, so I can't be bad. I'm absolutely yoked for this weekend.
Repping a little bit of that Bucci Overtime Challenge. I
Yep.
love it.
And Twins.
Twins, also
I figured
great.
it's opening day is just a month and
Pitchers
some
and
change
catchers
away.
reported.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
No
And
one
then
really cares, but yeah.
we have Will Heyer in the building, and it's glad to have you. That's
It's Trivia Friday, man.
It's Trivia Friday.
I'm jacked.
Speaking of that, for anybody out there who's like, oh, trivia, I want to get in on this, we are still accepting teams until 4:30 is the time that I believe I was
Do
told.
it now.
So it's ticking down, but you do have a little bit of time if you want to wait till the last minute. Also, we are accepting volunteers. If you want to come in, work the phone banks, just help out in general, we are accepting anyone and everyone to come on down. The more numbers, the better. It's not a family event in the sense that nobody here, we do have actually family members here that are related, but like Sauce, you and I aren't related.
No.
But I feel like
Thank you.
I feel, ooh, a little sweat off my brow. No, I feel like we become closer over the weekend.
Because trivia.
Just the time put in, the bond, just unbreakable. But let's get into it here.
We had a moment.
We did.
That's
have a
cute.
moment. We're gonna have more moments over the weekend.
Yes.
There's going to be many moments made over the weekend.
Codename bromance.
Could be.
Anyways, let's get right into the Olympics. It seems like millennials are stealing the show. At least they did for the first couple days of the Olympics. Red Gerard, 17-year-old who overslept because he was watching too much Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix.
Can't blame him.
Lost his jacket, cursed on live television, but he won the first gold of the Olympics for the United States of America. And then we had Chloe Kim, who was tweeting during the event. She was hungry. She wanted some ice cream. Eventually got it. She got a gold with her phone in her pocket, ladies and gentlemen. Young kids, I think that this is the first Olympics where I've looked and it's like, you are younger than me and you have accomplished so much more than I ever will.
I think it's the sports, too. I mean, you've seen these two 17-year-olds in snowboarding. I mean, it's definitely a younger kid's game, and some of the competition out there, I mean, the oldest people out there are Shaun White and Kelly Clark, and the only reason they're out there is because they're legends. So it's a young people's game. I think that goes into part of that.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love the Olympics for the fact of you have people who are real athletes like Chloe Kim and Red. What's the last name? Gerard. You have real athletes like those people. They never get recognized because their sport's not that well known or famous. And then they go to the Olympics, and within 2 days, they're just international superstars, just beyond imagine. Like right now, they're on the same level as like LeBron and all them. Like they're getting just as much airtime. Their followers on every social media platform just skyrocketed, and they're absolute all-stars, and I love it.
Can you imagine being them going back to high school after this?
Oh my God.
You can't.
Oh my God.
Oh, Red Gerard's not going back to school after this. I guarantee. I guarantee what he's going back to go do is, he's going to go get some film buddies. They're going out to the backcountry. He's going to stay there for 4 years until where they go next.
Well, once he gets I think he's already on like the Monster Tour.
Oh, I'm sure.
the
no,
Mountain
I'm
Dew
sure.
tour?
They do other
They-
stuff.
He was
I-
already on a tour, but
Yeah.
after this one, he's going to sign a big
Oh, yeah.
contract, and he's going to be
Hefty.
jumping out of
X Games every year.
Endorsements.
helicopters down to big mountains.
Yeah.
I don't think Red
for it,
Gerard
so.
has it as good as Chloe Kim. Now she could actually be on the Shaun White stage, whereas Red Gerard, I don't think he'll ever be that good. But Chloe Kim,
She's real
as
deal.
far as snowboarding goes, she could be one of the best of all time.
She looks like she's an absolute animal out there. She just tears it up. Do you guys snowboard at all?
No,
I ski.
I'd ski.
I ski too. I tried snowboarding once.
It's hard.
Really quick story. I got a mild concussion my first
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Nice.
It was fun. Not fun. And speaking of what you mentioned, Shaun White, he's still out there. He's still doing good things. A huge run, and he locks up the
Massive.
gold. Oh,
That was
my-
unbelievable.
I think the things that I saw from like Red Gerard, he came down and he was obviously happy. I think more shocked than anything, but like he was very laid back. Shaun White, as soon as he clears that last little lip, he comes down, lands that trick. It's just he threw his helmet, and that wasn't even the medal securing run. That was just I think
That was
a-
his
that was
first
a
first
qualifying.
run. He did
Yeah.
that.
This guy is losing his mind. I love it. Just raw emotion. I mean, it's gonna be awful when we actually see him like hang it up.
Oh,
I think
this
he's
is
done. Yeah,
this has gotta be it.
this is it. I mean, he's old. He's won the X Games 6 times in a row.
He said he wants to skateboard in 2 years though.
That's more believable because he hasn't done much of that really since he took off as a snowboarder. I think this is kind of the end for his snowboarding career. We definitely won't see another Olympics from him, but this is how it should be.
Yeah, he went. This was a great send off too. After the pure emotion he had with his family afterwards too. I mean, it's a perfect way for him to end.
It was like a Derek Jeter perfect send-off. Derek Jeter hits the game-winning walk-off or whatever, and Shaun White, it all comes down. All his entire fate was on his feet, and comes down and just an incredible run.
Yeah, go for it. Dude.
Not to mention, I mean, this is his 3rd gold medal, and he won the U.S. their 100th gold medal in the Winter Olympics. It can't get much better than this. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna be done. Like he might be done, but I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back. But he won't. He'll never be as good as what he once was. Like this is his peak.
I want to speak to how great Shaun White has been through a whole and kind of what he means for sports, because I think he's one of those guys where you can compare it to LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. He's the best in his sport, and he's done it for so long. And the crazy thing about the sport is no one ever lasts long. No one ever lasts over 2 Olympics. Except for this guy. You see Ani Audi, an old name, but he was one of the greatest back in the days. Louis Vito, he had a few different Olympic runs, but he could never get the job done, and that just speaks to how hard the sport is, and this guy has just been able to get gold after gold after gold in any competition.
Yeah, I mean that was well said.
I love
You'll hire everybody.
I love Shaun White so much. Like he got me into the sport, so it just he's kind of like an American hero kind of thing, like idol. Yeah. I'd rather say idol is probably the better way to say it, but
okay. I mean, that was I was looking for something kind of pick you apart, but you said that very well. Let's switch over to a little hockey, kind of what we were talking about over here at the top of the show. Colin was talking about. They did pick up a win, and I feel bad correcting you, but
I don't
they
care. You should correct me.
They blew a lead against Slovenia. And it was brutal because I heard my roommate actually, he got up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning to watch this game.
I did.
You did as well.
Yep.
They lost. They blew a lead, and then I didn't think it was going to be looking that good, and now they picked up another win. So
they played really well
it's
today.
A brighter
though, or
horizon.
yesterday.
It's a brighter horizon.
They played really well, especially that third period goal was just beautiful. Like it wasn't super flashy, but it was one of those where like, how did he score that? Because he was under the goal line and then spun out in front and then put it 5-hole from like 2 feet away, and it was a really impressive goal to put him up in the third. But I mean, I feel pretty confident that they can come out and maybe at least get to a bronze medal game. I don't think they're going to make it all the way to the gold. That would take a lot of luck and a lot of emotion to get them there. But
I read that Rasmus Dahlin was a healthy scratch for the first game.
that was weird. I saw
Was
that
he?
too. He was. I don't know why.
Okay.
He's probably
I didn't watch that game, but I read that. I was like, "There's no way." That's
he's
gonna
their
happen.
best defenseman.
I
Probably maybe
think-
best player.
I think he's the best player in the tournament. Honestly,
Probably he's going to be probably the number 1 overall draft
he's
pick.
essentially a lock.
come June. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think USA can make a run here. I don't know how far, but they have some good young prospects that have shown potential in their junior careers, and so I'm excited, especially to watch Jordan Greenway play, the Minnesota Wild prospect. He was the first African American to score a goal in the hockey in the Olympics. So
for USA, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. So
that's cool.
And I think he might be getting a look here later on to the end of the
while
NHL season.
While they're rumored to sign him after the Olympics, so hopefully he can help out the team a little bit. Luke Cunnin, I hope he gets called up for the playoff run. I want to see these young players because the Wild only have like 3 good prospects.
The Wild need as many good looks as they can get.
Yeah, especially after last night.
Caps.
Yeah, and the Caps, yeah.
They never play well.
I thought it was
Caps.
funny.
Go ahead.
Sauce asked me coming into the office this morning, "Are you a Wild fan?" I was like, "Have you been on the show ever? Have you ever like?"
I don't think you really care about hockey to begin with.
Yeah, Will just throws a, dude, I don't even follow hockey. And I was like, okay, sorry, never mind. But if you want to know.
You're not supposed to let the people on the TV and the airwaves know that, man.
Well, it's pretty hard when you wear a jersey. Oh, you're okay.
I'm wearing
Yeah, you kind of failed there.
He's
It's not
Neymar.
Ooh,
Wrong season.
All right.
not even a jersey.
What do you guys want to do? You want to bump over to hockey talk? You want to stick with hockey talk, or you want to go to NBA first?
I want to go to NBA.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start. I was elated after that
The
Timberwolves
Rockets
win last night.
The
Oh,
Rockets will. The Rockets.
Yeah, they're good, man.
I think more of who the Raptors, because nobody apparently cares about them, even though they're heading into the All-Star break with the most wins, I think.
Well, they're kind of. I feel like they're kind of like the
They're-
Wild of the NBA. They're really good right now, but they
They're
haven't done anything in the
one-dimensional.
playoffs. So I don't think a lot of people are really talking about it.
Could be their year.
It could be, but
I mean-
yeah, in about 15 from now.
I mean, they made a big move to get Ibaka to help down low, but I mean, you still facing the one, the only, the crown king, LeBron James, with a revamped roster in Cleveland. Like he is.
What do we think about that?
That team is going to be scary good. Like yes, they're on this like
They're getting.
the first.
I don't think
first
they can
couple
even beat
games,
the
they're on
Celtics.
this- They're on this high.
Put Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson in the finals and see what happens.
What are you talking about?
the Cat. I don't
they
in the
just met-
playoffs. In the playoffs. Yeah, it's regular season. I
don't know.
don't.
They
I
just
think the Celtics are going to come to play. That team is.
Oh my
I
god.
think-
I don't know.
Well-
It looked like they dismantled them the other night.
Actually,
That's a regular season game, though.
Gordon Hayward,
Is gonna come back.
but Brad Stevens said he's not coming back this season.
He shouldn't come back.
Bet.
If I-
Anyways,
He was at shoot around the other day.
okay. It doesn't. Once it gets to playoff times and you need that one win and the guy is good to go, it doesn't matter.
He's
it
coming.
does
play.
not matter.
He's coming.
And the fact that you think the Cleveland Cavaliers are revamped is a funny joke because they've got a bunch of average players from underachieving teams.
Did you look at who they traded away and what they got for
No,
them?
they
That's
did.
insane.
They improved. They
Oh.
improved, no doubt. But they are not going to make the
They're
finals.
not. They don't
this
have enough
season.
good players.
They
on
are
that
not
roster.
good enough.
Okay, let's see. LeBron.
Have you
Okay,
seen, like
okay.
have you seen?
Hold on.
I
Hold
can't
on.
really name him.
I am so thrown off. It's a whirlwind of emotions. Who's on whose side here? Because I need to know who's going.
I'm gonna
Team Boston. Team
Yeah,
Boston.
Boston.
Team Boston.
Mhm.
Okay.
Boston.
No. Okay, I'm gonna let Nick. I'm gonna let Nick have his say, and then you guys can pick him apart.
I mean, the Cavaliers have made the moves that they need to have success in the postseason. They got rid of Isaiah Thomas, who's a poison in the locker room. They traded away D Wade, who was, taking up minutes.
Also
Well,
poison in the locker room.
But they got play like it's tough that you don't have Kevin Love to help in that playoff run. Hopefully he'll be back. By no
You mean
means am
Mr.
I
Broken
saying,
Hands?
By no means am I saying I'm a Cavs fan. I'm a LeBron fan. Like I mean I'm just like speaking-
Fanatic is the right word.
No. I'm a Timberwolves guy. You know that. But the thing with the Cavs is they've made all the moves that to the best of their ability to keep LeBron James in the future.
I agree.
And at the
But
same
it's not
time,
enough. It's not even enough to win.
but and let me finish. Like at the same time, if LeBron leaves, the Cavs are still going to be a good team in the East because they have that first round pick. That's probably going to be a top 3 pick. And you got Rodney Hood is a 6'8" guard. They're gonna.
He's
they're
a
not gonna be
decent
bad.
player, and that's all he'll. Because I think Hood he's a pretty good player. He's from Indiana, if I'm correct. He's from Big Ten school.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty solid player, but he's, you got him on the 2K ratings. He's never gonna get over a 78.
He's one-dimensional.
You got a bunch of players on that Cavalier team that are never gonna be over 78 overalls, other than LeBron James. I think Kevin Love, who's an 82.
Kevin
at
Love's
best.
also hurt right now.
Are we actually talking about 2K ratings right
Well,
now?
I'm just
Will-
making,
Will-
I'm
Will-
making,
Will
I'm,
is.
Oh
I'm
my
making up
God,
my
we are
own
yelling.
2K ratings right now. I've never played the game, but
Okay.
What?
like the one that 2K18.
You know what?
What
I-
just
the
happened?
Cavs? The Cavs.
I am lost now.
Yeah, I'm lost now.
The only thing the Cavs are trying to do is they're trying to be the Warriors once again. They're trying to grab people who aren't the most famous, they aren't the biggest names in the league, and try to make them outstanding. Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green. Dude, the Cavs might make the finals this year, and even if they do, they're still not going to win. They're still not going to win.
Did I ever say they were going to win the finals?
No, but I'm saying the debate is always dumb. And the other debate about NBA is the Rockets. Ooh, the Rockets are good. Or the
You're really
Rockets
high
are
on the
number one.
Rockets here.
Well, the Rockets, it's a huge deal for some reason in the basketball world now. The Rockets are the number one team in the West. They took it on the last game.
In the NBA.
Oh yeah, in the NBA. Who cares? They're still not going to make it past the Western Conference.
See, now
Finals.
that's
I might have to
more
disagree.
arguable than
Absolutely. No, and that's,
what Smelly's saying over there.
I mean, you're completely right, Will. I mean, they're two evenly matched teams. The Rockets shoot the three just as well, if not better, than the Golden State Warriors.
I just can't believe we're talking. The Warriors are going to go to the NBA Finals again. You can't bet against Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
I don't know.
You
Wolves
can't.
are looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Mm,
not
okay,
after,
no.
not
The
after
Wolves-
Tuesday
and
night.
D Rose.
The Wolves.
No, they said they said
no.
today they're not going to.
The Wolves are the only team that's been proven
Bet.
to beat the Warriors in Oakland. So
once,
twice.
Okay.
The Wolves
Well,
are actually. It would not surprise me if the Wolves. It surprised
It
me a
would
little
definitely surprise
bit, but
me.
it would surprise me that much if they made it to the Western
Name-
Conference.
You know what I'd say? What's the Minneapolis Miracle and who is Stephon Diggs?
And then what happened the next game though?
Well,
I don't.
never-
I don't.
never
I
win the
don't.
finals.
I honestly,
No,
that would
but
that winning that series right there would be like winning a finals for me
Okay.
because you just went out and beat the best
No,
team
that is
to
not
ever
like
step
winning
on
the
the
finals.
court.
You want to win
It's
the finals.
very close to
So
it,
you're
though.
saying your goal for this season is for the Timberwolves to beat the Warriors in a playoff series,
Well,
no
actually,
matter what round it's in.
if I'm the one setting the goals for the Wolves, my goal is to win a playoff
Yeah,
round
exactly.
this
No, I
season.
agree. But you don't want your goal to be to beat one specific team when you might not even play them. In the
I
whole
think if you
playoffs.
beat the Warriors, that makes you the best team in the NBA.
No, because what if you lose in the finals? Then you're not the best team
I
in
just
the
don't
NBA.
think that happens if you beat the Warriors.
I thought
though.
the Vikings were going to beat the Eagles, and then they
Yeah, but-
lost 38-7.
But we also
Why?
live in
Do you remind us of that?
we
Because
also
I'm
li-
proving a point.
we also live in Minnesota, the home of moral
Disappointment,
victories.
True. Very
sadness,
All more like the Timberwolves make the playoffs.
heartbreak.
The Timberwolves make the playoffs. It's like
Hope.
winning the NBA championship. I mean, people are celebrating hard. What happened? Well, the Timberwolves made the playoffs.
And then in 5
Twins.
years, we're
Twins
not even
make
going to
the
be in the
playoffs.
playoffs
Same thing.
Yeah, dude, people are happy when these teams make the playoffs.
because they're all terrible the other half
Because
of the
we're
time.
not greedy. We enjoy the small things.
All
The Wolves, I will
small
say,
things.
they did a good job of shaking what I thought they were for the longest time. Not a late game team.
Oh, yeah, that was a
They had
good win last night.
They had a
though.
very good comeback against the
Surprising
Lakers
win.
last night.
But there's no reason why you should ever give up a lead to the Lakers without Lonzo Ball. Like, yeah, I get to have Isaiah Thomas, but I mean, they're not. They're
Kyle
not.
Kuzma.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna
They're not
say,
that
I'm gonna
bad.
say one thing, and that comes all to
Julius
coaching.
Randle.
You need to change your offensive play style to help out your defense.
Absolutely.
You're playing in half-court basketball right now, which is not a strength of a team that is averaging 25 or 27 and younger. You got to let these guys go out in the transition and run on both sides of the court, not sit there in stagnant offense. That's why you're giving up 120 points in a game.
They shouldn't have given up that many points to the Lakers though. Like they're a good young team, but
They're a terrible young
yeah,
team.
I don't know.
Yes, they're one of
They
the
have
worst
some
in the
good-
West.
but they have some good pieces.
Yes,
there.
they do,
yeah.
but they are one of the worst teams in the NBA.
Okay, either way, that's a game the Timberwolves would have lost in the past. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's true.
That's a game that they're down. They're giving up at that point because there's not a lot of teams that we've had in the past that are like, let's go out and win this game. They all seem to
Well,
give up
because
late
the
in
Wolves
the game.
used to be one of the
Yeah,
worst teams in the
exactly,
NBA, too.
Yeah, hands down.
Well, and the other thing with the Wolves right now is this past week, Andrew Wiggins has been who knows where. He has been in some closet in the Bermuda Triangle.
He's
Nobody
been there
knows where
for a
he's at.
while, man.
He can't throw water into the ocean. I was at the game on Tuesday. At the half, he was 0 for 11, 0
Trade
for
him.
4 from beyond the arc. No, you don't trade him.
can't trade
Well,
him.
now
But
you
he's
can't.
like he's in this major slump, and without him, I mean, he's a key part to our team. Without him, producing on offense, we wouldn't be put in the position
Yep.
like we were with the Lakers, and we might have had a better chance against the Rockets.
Yeah, you need to see him averaging 17 points a game, which is what he's been doing so far this season. But it's been a streaky 17 points per season. It's been, I feel like part of it has been, he goes out and scores 30. Oh, he only scores 5 tonight. Kind of like,
It's a lot of highs and lows. It's a big-time roller coaster. It's not an average. He's got major games that pull his average up, and then he's got terrible games that drag his highs down.
we all expected his scoring to go down this season,
And I
but
struggle with him saying that his time's coming. He's been in the league for, 4 years
this
now?
is his 4th season.
There's not much more of a growing period to
This
establish
is the
yourself
same
as a
thing I've
shooter.
asked before. It's like they keep saying, okay, he's really going to come into his game. Because you can say this with any sport, really. But it's like, how much can you really extend him? Because you give him that window, and it's like, okay, maybe you want to renovate a little bit. We'll add on a little bit more. And then it's just like, you only have so much wall to put a window in.
Exactly.
I think the game is all there. I think you see his complete potential. Now he's just got to start making all of his shots.
Well, I'm not really worried about Wiggins. We saw this last year with Aaron Judge. He's 26, 27 now, and he's finally come into his own after being a dud basically until now.
Wow.
So there's always late bloomers. Honestly, you can't really predict when a player is just going to all of a sudden be amazing.
And you're right. Like
You just
Andrew
have
Wiggins,
to. You got to feel it out. I think you got to give him 2 more years, and then if he doesn't increase the scoring to like 23 a game, I think you got to get rid of him.
It's not even about the increase in averages. His average is fine,
Yeah,
right? His
consistency.
average is never going to be over 20 on this kind of team. You're never going to get that. I just want him to go score at least 15 per night.
I think
Just go score 15, and then whatever else happens is fine.
All right.
Hostile environment.
All right.
I wouldn't say it was hostile. It was just a
No,
lot of.
no, it was great debate.
No, it's good.
And
Good,
but
real
now
good.
we're going to shift that and we're going to shift that energy towards a family that we either may all hate, may all love. The Ball family.
Kardashians?
The Ball
Oh.
family. The Kardashians of the NBA.
I love the ball.
The male
Why-
version
why
of the
don't you?
Kardashians.
LeVar Ball says that after Lonzo's contract is up with the Lakers, he will sign with any team that signs. What are the other two?
Uh,
Melo and
Melo.
Jello.
D'Angelo and
I don't
LaMelo.
really buy that as much as because
This is not-
Zoe just bought him a new Rolls Royce. If you watch their Ball in the Family on Facebook, I haven't missed it.
Absolutely.
I haven't missed an episode. Zoe just bought him a Rolls Royce. So I have a hard time believing that his whole thing was he's going to play for the Lakers. He's going to play for the Lakers. If the Lakers are going to re-sign him for a 5-6 year whatever contract,
He's going to take it.
They'll lock him up.
why wouldn't he take it?
It's
And I don't.
This is
And
not.
I think
this is
that-
not my league on 2K to reference what you were
Yeah.
talking about earlier. You can't just mix and match whatever you want. This is the real world, LeVar.
I do not think that Jello and Melo will be in the NBA next year. I don't think they're
Melo-
big. I don't think they're big enough.
Jello can't. One of the players can't go to
No,
the NBA
LaMelo
next.
can't. Jello can.
Jello is not.
LiAngelo is 19.
Okay, LiAngelo was
ours.
just in UCLA.
LiAngelo
Okay.
is nowhere near
Yeah,
NBA ready.
LaMelo.
LaMelo is Teen Wolf.
All
Yeah.
three of them.
He
all
will
three-
be in like 2 years, but he needs to grow.
I don't think
Let's
he-
No.
look at this as a
He's
basketball.
taller than me, I think.
Let's look at this
I
as
think
a
he's over 6
basketball
foot.
aspect.
LaMelo.
If they're all three on the same team, they're going to be terrible. They're going to be awful.
Terrible.
You don't have anyone big on that team. They're going to be horror awful.
Well, and that's the thing is now that Lonzo Ball is out of the house and out of a majority of the influence from LeVar Ball, like you said, Sauce.
Ball
if,
control.
If somebody offers him a contract for 5 years, who knows how many $1 million, he's going to take it. As much as LeVar wants all 3 of his kids to play on the same team, yeah, that's great.
It's still a ways away.
Yeah, we got a lot of time. This is
okay, but
exactly- okay.
I believe it'll
If-
happen. Not soon.
I honestly think it might. All the 3 kids probably do want to play with each other,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
they're probably willing to give up a lot for each other, and that means giving up contracts because to sign 3, you're gonna have to shell out some serious money, and I think the current Ball,
Lonzo.
yeah, I don't care about them that much. Lonzo
yeah,
Ball,
me neither.
he'll probably get 50 mil from. I don't think they'll stay with the Lakers if all 3 of them are together. He'll probably get 50 mil from some team, and I think that's a lot more important to him than
Here-
getting the
Well,
$200 million contract.
And I think the thing we have to keep in mind is I don't think LeVar's saying he's going to sign all three boys are going to be signed to the same place and they're going to make the same amount of money and they're all going to get the same amount of playing time. Absolutely not. Like we mentioned, it's at least 3 years out because LaMelo's only 16 years old. And we have to keep in mind that
They're
Jello's
terrible
not-
basketball players.
no.
I think
No,
I think,
Lonzo-
I think the problem is
Lonzo's coming into his game.
Mhm.
I think slightly in LeVar's mind, he has to know this. That Zoe, good. Melo, good for until
Where he's at.
good for where he's at. Very good for how old he is. Outstanding. Jello's nothing
He's
more
a-
than Mike Miller ever was.
He's a fullback for the NFL.
Yes. Yeah. He can.
Why are you hating on Mike Miller, bro?
He's from my hometown. I'm
Exactly.
not hating.
You
I'm
can't
saying
hate on
I'm
Mike
saying Mike
Miller.
Miller in his later years, he's not gonna Euro step someone and put it down. He's gonna sit in the corner, wait for LeBron to throw him a 3-point.
That's
He's
the
gonna
best
drain
way
it.
to play the game.
Exactly.
You need
But-
players like that, though.
But they're one, they're hard to come by, and two, there's not a whole lot of them in the league. Teams don't really look for those people anymore. They're looking for athletic people who are going to do things, and so there's very few of those left in the league, and that's, I think, exactly what Jello is, and so it's going to be very hard for him to find a good fit because his brothers have made him look so good for
Yeah.
so long. Zoe, Melo, playmakers.
Yeah,
I believe
I don't think Melo has a problem making it in the NBA.
it's gonna be a couple years, but
Yeah, well,
I
yeah.
don't
If
think
he
it will.
goes in the draft, obviously, hopefully, I mean, his parents and his agents are smart enough not to sign him into a contract, so he can go to the NBA as soon as he's 18 years old, not have to wait to finish his contract in Europe. Melo's gonna be a really good player.
See, I would just love to see this trio go up against the old school Pistons when they had Rasheed and Ben Wallace on that team. I
Well,
would love to see that.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility here, Will.
Sad face.
So now we're going to switch over to a little hockey talk where I bring with the most jubilation I've had in a while. Chicago is bad, ladies and
8
gentlemen.
straight.
Chicago is bad. They're actually bad at
So
hockey.
happy.
They're the 7th worst team
Goodbye,
in the NHL.
bandwagon Hawks
They-
fans.
I thought that you were gonna say, hey, I thought that you were gonna say that Ovi has 1,000 points.
No, he has 34 goals, though, which is leading the league in the
But
NHL.
he has 1,000 points.
Well, hold on. Let's rewind.
Let's not get sassy about our hockey.
Dude, he's so sick.
Well,
He's
first
so
off,
good.
Sidney Crosby scored his 400th goal. That's big. But then Alexander Ovechkin, number 8, the great one. The second great one, I guess.
Best
But
player to ever play the game.
Alex Ovechkin, 1,000 points. That's pretty
In my
much.
biased opinion, he's the best player ever.
That's very biased.
But also that assist was a little iffy.
yeah.
Very generous. That's a Minnesota nice assist right there.
But let's talk about Chicago first, because I've been waiting on this for the longest time. And this is something I thought was going to happen in preseason when they traded Saad for Panarin and something else, and then they signed basically all the old guys, and they were like, let's just sign all these 30-year-olds that we actually were good with and see if this works again. It's not working out, which I love.
Sadly, they might get Rasmus Dahlin, though.
No, they will not.
They're
By the graces
lottery.
of whatever powers there are, they will not get him.
I don't trust that.
I promise you that
Colorado
they will not.
should have had the first pick last year, and they ended up 4th.
That's because it's Colorado.
So?
Colorado isn't even. They can't even be the best at losing. That's because they're bad. I think it will go. I think he'll go to Arizona, and he's going to link up with OEL, and they're going to probably.
Be terrible still.
Yeah, but it's going to give OEL a little bit of hope here for the remaining time of his time. But big news out of the NHL, ladies and gentlemen. Seattle got approved to be the next expansion and they applied or something. It's not fully locked in, but it's going to be them. I don't know why it wouldn't be them. They already have their building in way. They already have the
They have to add
application.
another team, don't they?
Yeah, there's 31. That's the most odd thing ever.
Yeah.
But this is what I want to play here real quick. Let's, off the top of our heads, who can come up with the best Seattle hockey team name?
Emeralds.
Ooh.
Wow, that was very quick.
I've been thinking
I
about
don't
this
think
for a
that's.
while.
I think that's.
I was thinking something along the like the Sea Dogs or something like that,
Yeah.
but it's like they already have the Seahawks.
How about the Seahorses?
and you can't. You're not going to do the exact
Seattle
same scheme
Seahorses.
color. You can't go that blue and green because that's why. You're not going to have the same exact color of the team.
Yeah.
So I think that brings a little interesting. And
But-
you have to think that they're also going to be put on the Pacific Division, so you have to
Yeah.
think of the other teams there. So they're not going to match like the Sharks. They're not going to match the Oilers colors.
Yeah.
They have to work around a lot of that stuff. I honestly see some purple working in there.
I hate to throw this in you because I really know you want to talk about hockey.
No, throw
the
it in.
Seahorses.
But I feel Seattle gets a. Seattle gets a hockey
That's
team.
a basketball
the
town
Sonics.
before
The
it's-
Sonics
yeah.
are not far behind.
That's a basketball town before it's ever a hockey town.
What if
It
the-
is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
if they-
Seattle
what-
would boom?
What if the hockey team's the Seattle Supersonics?
Very well could. Very well could be.
A lot of
That'd
hate
be
mail
weird.
from basketball
yeah,
fans.
They'd
Lot of
not
hate
be
mail.
Lot of
happy.
hate
I don't
mail.
think that would really fly in that city.
That'd be hilarious. I almost need that.
The
They're going-
Sonics are back.
They're going with the Seahorses though.
Seahawks.
The Seahorses.
The Seahorses. Spelly, you got anything to throw out there before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I'm interested to see the colorway. I mean, that's what
yeah.
I care about the most. The name.
The colors will be interesting. I could see them going with something like the Whales or something like that.
I still
but
think they're
no.
going to have the same colors as the other teams because Seattle Sounders, rave green. Seattle Seahawks,
true.
rave green and dark blue.
Mariners.
They're gonna-
have
Mariners,
that different color.
a
green,
little bit
same
lighter.
Maybe they'll
navy
go with the
blue.
exact same
They're
thing.
gonna.
don't
I
know.
think it's gonna be the Emeralds. I'm pretty certain about that.
But guys,
I
that
think it's trivia weekend.
yeah, that you.
Yeah, we gotta
you
get to
read
work,
my
guys. Come
we gotta
on.
get to work. We gotta get on the phone.
We
man.
got-
time's
Stuff
over.
opening up
Yep.
at
Not going to
We
sleep.
got 5 hours.
deadline
Four
for,
hours.
Going to
deadline for teams. In case you're wondering, 4:30 today. We are still accepting volunteers if you want to come on down. To sign up, actually, just come on down to KVSC basement of Stewart Hall. We're fun. We're friendly people. Come on down. Are you guys gonna be down
We'll be
here?
around.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
With
yeah.
all the 4 other things I have to be here for.
Oh yeah.
Because it is 1, 2, 3
Trivia weekend!
And I am pumped, but coming up next, it's going to be Gypsy hopping in the big chair here to bring you some scintillating sounds through your ear holes in the afternoon progressive rock show, the hype show before trivia started up. Thank you. Hype. Huge hype. Coming up right here on your Sound and Sports Alternative, KVSC. Thank you for tuning in to Sidelines on KVSC FM and HD St. Cloud and KMOJ HD3 Minneapolis St. Paul.